Let me guess. You haven't been able to land clients in the last few weeks or months or possibly even the last year. And I know, listen, I know this is absolutely frustrating because I've been there. And I've also seen my clients there. And so with that, I knew that I had to put in some work. I had to really figure out, why this was the case, especially because I was trying to get everything done, based on, what everybody else was saying online. I tried out of the strategies. I tried copying so many persons and saying, hey, all right, cool. If they've been, successful in this, I mean, if I do this, then maybe I would be successful as well. But didn't quite land the types of results that, persons are getting as well. So I had to really forge my own path. I had to do the research. I had to do the work. And with that, I've done the work so that you don't have to, right? So this video, I want to actually take you through why you haven't necessarily gained the clients that you want to gain, right? And I mean, of course, there are a variety of reasons, but I want to actually focus on the 3 main reasons that if you change today, will actually help you to gain clients a lot sooner. So stick with me. So finding your purpose makes absolute sense. Now, real quick, let's talk about the 3 reasons before I actually jump in. The first one is your people don't know who you are. Secondly, your people don't know what you do. And then thirdly, your people don't know how you can solve their problem. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you've heard something like this in the past, from whichever other coach or consultant or, a masterclass or whatever. You've possibly heard this before. But I actually want to jump in from the perspective of your messaging, right? Your messaging, believe it or not, especially in this online space and in sales and marketing overall, your messaging is really what helps to make or break, the connections that you need to build to actually gain that buy-in, gain that loyalty, build that community, and move your sales, right? In a positive way. So saying that to say, let's jump in the perspective of messaging relating to who you are and the fact that your people don't know who you are, right? So our reality is that in this online space, people need to feel like they understand who they will be purchasing from. People need to feel like they understand and can journey with someone who is willing to be authentic, willing to be real, willing to be accessible, willing to put themselves out there to indeed make an impact, to indeed change the game for somebody else, right? And so with that, it means that you need to work on your messaging so that you are able to communicate that. I would want to believe that you want to make an impact. I would want to believe that you want to allow persons to access you and to feel like they can journey with you and to feel like they can benefit from, whatever you have been able to bring to the table, whether it's 10 years in the industry, 5 years, 3 years, whatever it is that you bring to the table, people need to be able to understand that that is what comes with your overall presence in this online space. And so the beautiful way that, your messaging is able to be brought forward is through personal branding. And I'm sure, especially in 2022, that was one of the big buzzwords of the online business space. But saying that to say, your messaging is what guides it forward, is what allows people to choose whether or not they want to journey with you. So fix your messaging, allow people to understand more of who you are, allow people to understand that you are a human being who is on a mission to change lives through whatever it is that you bring to the table. And speaking of what you bring to the table now, let's jump into number 2. What is it that you do, right? Now, especially if you're a part of an industry that is, vast, right? For instance, public relations. I'm a trained public relations practitioner, right? There are multiple facets dealing with public relations, right? And a huge aspect of that is brand development, brand management, anything to do with brands actually falls under public relations. But funny enough, many persons don't know that because it's such a solid thing on its own, right? Now, when it comes to branding, you can actually further niche down. When it comes to branding, you can focus on the design aspect. You can focus on the content creation. You can focus, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's so much, the strategy, all of that. So saying that to say, what is it that you do specifically? What is it that you specialize in when it comes to your industry? What is it that people can go to you for, so that they know that, when they're coming to you, they'll actually get, things done. They'll actually get some level of coherent speech, coherent guidance, as it relates to, that thing, right? So you need to then move your messaging into a place where you can communicate that, hey, you know what you're talking about when it comes to this thing. You know what it is that they need to do, the steps that they need to take to then move from point A to point B, right? So what is it that you do? What is it that you bring to the table that actually helps to get them moving on that journey? And so when I speak about that journey, you are going to get even more specific, in getting them to know how exactly you solve their problems. So that actually brings us to the final thing, allowing people to know exactly how you solve their problem. It's enough to know, what you do and what you're known as a voice for, right? But how is it that you're actually going to deal with their direct problem? Meaning, or let me give an example, right? So of course, I'm a purpose, business, and brand coach. So that's what I do. I coach persons in relation to their purpose, business, and brand. So that's beautiful. Happy, happy, joy, joy. That's what I do. But what's the specific problem that I solve, and how do I allow persons to know that I solve that problem? So let's be very direct here. You have a problem of, your messaging. You don't necessarily know, or you're not very sure or confident or clear about how you can really allow persons to recognize that you are the one for the job. You can get this done, right? And so I help you to solve that problem by helping you to master your messaging. Quite simply put, I help you to master your messaging. And so the result that gives is literally helping you to shift things around so that you can strategically articulate your value, so that you can strategically allow persons to be more informed about whether or not they should be working with you. It literally means that when you master your messaging, you are then able to move into a place of confidence and clarity about, how you should be showing up online, and how you can allow persons to really decide that, hey, yeah, this makes sense. This is a match made in heaven. You get what I'm saying? So that's a direct problem out of the multiplicity of things that I am able to speak to based on what I do and the specific expertise that I have. You get what I'm saying? So overall, you want to make sure that you're very clear, you're very specific, you're very strategic as it relates to allowing persons to get to know who you are, allowing persons to get to know what it is that you do, and allowing persons to get to know, how you actually solve their specific problem, right? So saying that to say, I'm hoping that you learned even one thing from this video, and I'm hoping that you feel like you've gotten more clarity as it relates to how messaging actually makes or breaks the way you show up online, and actually the direct correlation between actually your messaging and getting clients. So with that said, if you want to keep on hearing more from me, if you want to get more video tidbits like this, and more of what I have to say on the topic of messaging and overall purpose, business, and brand coaching, go ahead and check out the links in the description. I have so many things waiting there for you. And with that said, I'm looking forward to journeying with you. Oh, and one more thing, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to this video. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you moving forward on this overall YouTube channel. Take care.